Greetings, GameCola faithful, and welcome back to more Super Metroid. In the last episode, we defeated the boss of Meridia, Dragon, and obtained the Space Jump, the slightly clunky but very handy exploration tool. And with it, we're going to finish up one little bit of exploration here in the opening area. We can unlock this area. You can also shine spark through it from the opposite sort of ledge over there, but I wanted to use Space Jump a little bit. This is an area known as the Gauntlet because it is a bit of an endurance test. Well, an endurance test in a sense. You have to be very, very good with your timing, and you need to be sure you have plenty of power bombs. And if you don't have Space Jump, then staying above this acid can prove quite difficult. Excellent. We get another energy tank, bringing us up to a total of 11 energy tanks for 1199 health. In addition to the in addition to the 400 reserve energy we have from our reserve tanks. So this is the area where things get really tricky. And technically, you can take this on as soon as you have some ability to get in here with power bombs. Now, technically, you don't even need power bombs. I think regular bombs will do you just fine. Now, this is the tricky bit. This is split down the middle. Whew, okay. I'm really glad I did that correctly, because this bottom layer of floor respawns. And if you don't fall down the middle perfectly, you will have to do that gauntlet twice. So I'm very grateful I do not have to, because it's a bit tedious and would make for bad content. Blam! We really just obliterate these pirates now. So, now that we've got that, we're actually just going to head right on back up. And we're going to head back down through the Hellway. To get back down into Norfair, because there is one remaining area that up until now we have not been able to get through. And that is for two different reasons. We need two different power-ups to be able to get to this next area of Norfair, where its boss resides. And that is the Space Jump and the Gravity Suit, for reasons which I will make clear to you when we get there. Okay, any day you can get through the Hellway without falling into the gaping maws of one of those plants is a decent run through it. It's remarkable how quickly we're able to traverse through these earlier areas of the game now that we have all these better movement tools here. Ow! And yet, despite that fact, you can always mess it up if you're like me. So first thing we want to do when we're down here is consult the map. So the area that we need to get to is that large, completely uncovered blue room there. Or I should say, the unexplored blue room. And I believe the fastest way to get there is to go down to the nearest save room, use speed booster to get through that long tunnel, and then head down the shaft in the next room, the vertical shaft, and then head to the right until we hit the next vertical shaft, at which point we should be able to get there. So, the map in this game is very, very helpful for planning where you want to go next and how you want to get there. Although you do still need to remember the general layout of the rooms in order to make proper use of it. But you see here, I've accidentally demonstrated something, which is that I fell into the lava, and I'm not getting hurt. So that is actually because of the gravity suit, and that is one of the reasons why we needed it, or, well, that is why we needed it to get to this next area. Nice to not need that anymore. Okay. Now we can use our power bombs to open this door, finally. I said much earlier in the Let's Play that we did not have what we needed to get through here, and now I can show you why. See, there's nothing to get through here except this big pool of lava. And inside this big pool of lava is a big vertical climb that we can't wall jump for because there are spikes on the wall. So we have to have space jump. And that will take us here to another save room and an elevator down into what's called Lower Norfair with an epic piece of music. Now there's two different ways we can go. I think the right way is not the right way. Indeed, we have space pirates who we cannot damage. Although actually, they do seem to take damage from power bombs. Okay, yep, can't get that way. Yeah, nope. We are not getting through here. We need another power-up to make it this far. Or to make it this way. But yeah, you can see, even a power bomb is not enough to defeat them, even if it does damage them. So let's head the other way. Ow! Ow! intended to carry a nice space jump all the way through there, but that turned into an absolute disaster. There's something behind here. Hey, it's another one of these. And it drains the acid in the room. Very nice. Grab a missile upgrade. You'll notice I did not touch the floor in that lower part, because it is not floor. This is the Golden Chorizo. There is a way to trick his AI. We want to charge up our beam, because our charge beam, charged plasma with ice, does the most damage. You can get a little bit of health recovery. There we go. Got him. If you use super missiles against him, he will grab them and throw them back at you, which I honestly should have demonstrated just because of how cool it is. But I did not think to in the hecticness of the moment. There is a super missile upgrade hidden up here in the ceiling. You need to bomb, or preferably power bomb, the blocks away. Now that we've defeated Golden Chorizo, we get the screw attack. Oh yes, the best upgrade. Well, I mean, I love the speed booster in this game, but yeah, screw attack plus space jump, you just tear through enemies. Because it makes you invincible while it's active. And it just deals massive damage to enemies. And as you can see, it actually destroys some blocks as well. Boom, look at that. And these are enemies that I don't think were damageable by most of our arsenal up to this point. Aha, now you see we've gotten back to this room. We need to get through here quickly. The acid is rising. Whew! Just made it. Boom, there you go. Take that, space pirates. Eat screw attack. There's no need to destroy everyone in this room, but I'm feeling particularly vengeful. This way into what's called the Mickey Mouse room, although I think it's meant to look like Samus's visor facing the front, but either way. We want to be very careful and head back up this way rather than falling down. Because otherwise we would have to go through several different rooms again. Okay. Now we definitely want to move with a little bit of urgency here because this whole room is filling with acid. Now, there's a way to go through there. There's also this here. Again, another sort of monstrous mouth-shaped terrain, which I think is fun. Gotta be careful here. If we aren't careful... And I say as I annihilate a second one with a screw attack, the room will become extremely dark, and getting back through here without being able to navigate by sight is dubious at best. So let's leave and return. Only 2 energy tanks remain. Now, this might be one of the most evil upgrades. Not because it's actually difficult to get, but because you'd never know how to get it, because X-ray scope shows nothing over here. But, in fact, there is. I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that this is a sort of dimming room with those little fireflies there. I wonder if that somehow uses the screen real estate, or sort of, you know, off-screen buffer that they would use for the whatchamacallit, the X-ray scope. I am uncertain. So now we need to use Spring Ball as my preference to just hop, 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 and get over here. And now we can get power bombs. Yay, yay. Once again, we have more than we will probably ever need, but we should be thankful. I wonder what that room is called. I hope it's called the Indiana Jones room, because there's so many boulders. Again, every single room has been given a community name. Wow, this guy is strong. Whoa! Good grief. Alright, screw attack it is then. I believe this is a save room. Yes, it is. Now, even if I'm trying to go for a speedy run, not a speed run, but a speedy run, I usually save at that save room, because the boss fight that is coming up is quite difficult. So I like to ensure that I am really ready to go. Three super missiles will take care of these guys, but actually, yeah, 3 shots of the plasma beam will also do them in. Ah, yes, power bombs. But if we pay attention in this corner, we get, I believe, the final power bomb upgrade, giving us a total of 50? I could be misremembering, but I believe that's the case. This room is difficult. I don't entirely understand what makes these pirates, who are invincible to everything, trigger their sort of golden state. They have to do this flying kick, and if you shoot them as they're about to contact you, they sort of become invulnerable during their sort of, aftershock invincibility, but they also pass through you. Certain enemies do this, where if you shoot them just as they're about to make contact, they actually won't damage you. And you have to defeat both of them to unlock this door. So yeah, those guys can be rough. I actually had a pretty easy time of it this time. But in previous playthroughs, they've almost defeated me. Just because I've had a hard time getting them to show their vulnerable state. Boom. And here we go. Rematch time, buddy. Okay, we're out of super missiles. Yeah, we got him. Ridley is down. Haha. Sometimes I have a really tough time against him, but other times I have pretty decent aim with my super missiles, and I'm able to take him down. And also remember that the baby Metroid, it should have been here. It's gone. That is not good. But what is good is an energy tank. Not as good as finding the baby Metroid, but it's a bit of a consolation prize. But yeah, that Ridley fight sometimes can give me, much like the those golden like ninja pirates there, can sometimes give me a lot of trouble. I was a little worried going into that fight. As you can see, I did go through all of my super missiles and then some to defeat him. But all in all, I was actually very, very pleased with my play there. And now we can just say, see you later to those guys. What a bunch of jokers. We wait for this to drop down and ride it back up. I have to say, for the most part, this playthrough has gone much smoother than I anticipated, and I am very glad about that. So, let me consult the map here. Yeah, I think the way to get out of here is best going to be up this way. Well, I mean, this is the only way to go right now, but we'll want to head back to that hidden room where we got the missile and then the power bomb power up, the one that was not revealed by the X-ray scope, because I believe, yes, indeed, there is actually a way to go through here, which is a nice quick exit. A one-way exit, mind you. That's important. Okay, so this is just a little nook for you to stand to avoid touching the lava. But we can go through here for another missile upgrade. I think we're at like 210 or something like that. Maybe a few more than that, actually. Might be 215. Boom. Crumble blocks here, so like I said, very, very much a one-way passage. And it will take us out in this spot into Bubble Mountain in proper Norfair. So we have just a little bit of ways to go to get out, and then we have defeated all of the bosses in the game. Or that is to say, all of the bosses before the final area, anyway. So we have now unlocked the final area. And I've gone slightly the wrong way. This is not the speed boost tunnel. I'm actually going to go back this way because it is honestly just faster for me to backtrack. As I said a bit earlier in the Let's Play, there's definitely going to be points now where I'm not talking too much. So I hope you're just enjoying the game, the gameplay, the ambiance, whatever it is that you particularly like about the game. Because I'm having a great time, and I really hope that you are too. And I will see you all in the next episode.